So for years, we've been filming footage on green screens, and there's always been one simple trick if we know we're supposed to replace the background with an outdoor environment. It's called going outside, because nothing can match the natural energy and brightness of the sun. However, today, that might change, because recently we've upgraded our studio with a giant green screen and huge, powerful LED lights, some of the brightest you can possibly get. What I'm wondering is, can we harness the power of the sun inside our studio? In order to prove that this is possible, we're going to have to light a subject as brightly as they would be underneath direct sunlight. And I think we have a perfect candidate for this, a perfect test subject, our newest intern, who happens to have a flight suit. And he might need it because honestly, lights of this brightness have been known to burn people, so we're gonna have to do this pretty cautiously. I'm hoping he can withstand the blast. This has been a long time coming. We got a lot of lights in this studio now. We have a lot of really cool lights. We have very tiny ones. We have really, really bright ones. And like overall, we kind of have to figure out what we have. We got to reorganize a little bit and see what our lighting inventory is. Most of the lights we're using now at this point are aperture lights, and they're really cool. Is this a sponsored video? No, not a sponsored video, but that's just the reality of it. They have been a great partner to work with, and they make some very bright LED lights. Thankfully, today we've brought an actual light meter so we can measure this stuff. What do we got here? How bright is this one? Oof. This is...
I can't even see it, it's too bright.
So this is 6,500 lux. So the unit I'm getting here on the light meter is a lux. And basically what is a lux? Well, a lux is a measurement of light on a particular spot. And specifically with a light meter, it's easy. You can see this is the spot we're getting our reading from. Now with a lumen, that's overall light output. Basically, you turn on a light bulb, how much light can the light bulb emit? And it's not about like, oh, what's the couch? How bright is your couch versus how bright is your seat? I'm like, no, that's lux. But a lumen is the whole space. For reference, if you were to look at the sun, the amount of lux that's gonna hit your eyeball is like 100,000. So obviously like the amount of total lumens the sun's outputting, it's probably astronomical. I don't know the exact reading of that. But what we're talking about here is how much light can we get on a single source? And the sun, we got 100,000. So to reach the sun, we're gonna need a lot more output than any single light is capable of. Luckily, Aperture has sent us a bunch of new lights, and they are super bright. So I think Mark's gonna get screwed here. I mean, the amount of photons being emitted at his skin might change his DNA. Leave the mutations you think Mark will get in the comments below. Anyways, we might be able to surpass the brightness of the sun within the walls of our studio. If we can get Mark's face above 100,000 lux, that's like the same as him like going in a spaceship. How close to the sun can we get Mark?
Oh my God, are you in space?
Yeah, man. Not yet, but I will be. Hey, what's up? It's Mark Flyman. Ow.
Don't do it, man.
Ow. Ow.
Ow. There is one thing we're gonna run into today, and it's called the inverse square law. And this determines how bright something is in relationship to its distance from that light. So for instance, this light is illuminating me right now. But if I were to double the distance between myself and this light, I'm not getting half as bright. I'm being reduced to 25% as bright, because that's just how photons begin to fall off as you get away from that light. How does it play into here? Well, we have a lot of lights, we have a lot of light stands, and we're only gonna be able to physically get those lights close together, you know, based on the size of the space, the size of the stands. So we're going to try and find that sweet spot where Mark is nice and close to the lights, but there's still enough physical space for him to even be there. So how far away is it gonna have to be? And how is that going to affect our readings?
I'm kind of worried about them blowing a few, like a breaker or whatever, so I'm gonna be safe. My fingers will be on Control S.
I mean, I'm not feeling great about our power situation, mainly because of what we're turning on and how many we're turning on, but you know, we ran it from a couple different areas in the room, and that's the best we could hope for right now. Everything else is gonna be great.
Let me kill the house lights.
All right, now we are at pure low illumination. The only light in here is what's leaking through the skylights that we've covered. And that is giving us about 1 lux. This is how bright it is in the middle of the night with a full moon.
But I can't see a damn thing. I got sunglasses on.
Oh, okay, good. So Mark, we're going to chart his course through the solar system as he gets closer to the sun. In order to do that, I want to work our way up to this. We're going to start with the smallest lights and then go to our largest lights. That way, each time we flip them on, we get to see that nice jump in our light readings. So to start, we're going to start with these little aperture.
Oh, duh, striking, jeez.
This is our smallest light, and this is one of the aperture MCs. They're battery powered. I don't know how long they're gonna last, but we got a bunch of them. So, you are 3 meters away from this light. And where are we at, Ren?
We are at 7 lux.
7? That's it?
7 or 8.
Well, good thing we got 7 more of these.
What?
Ren, where are we at in the solar system?
We're still further out than Pluto right now.
We're further out than Pluto.
You're out in the Oort cloud.
It's pretty cold, honestly, but it's nice. The calmness of space, the endless ocean amidst the stars.
All right, we're 6 lights deep.
45 lux right now.
45.
45.
Last but not least, our last of the MCs. This is number 8.
78.
So we're at
78 lux.
So we're at Pluto.
Dude, we're past Pluto. We shot by Pluto.
Oh wow.
Dude, we didn't even stop at the gift shop.
Flying past Pluto, I just wanted to say Neil deGrasse Tyson can suck it. Pluto is a planet, and I will take no other questions.
Mark has now finally entered our solar system, and he's even past Pluto at this point. That's still very far away from Earth, though, all right? Because once again, Earth is 100,000. So we're still under 1,000th of the light that we receive here on Earth. So let's upgrade it.
Hey everybody, welcome to my safe space. I'm taking a break from editing this video to tell you about today's sponsor, BetterHelp, because BetterHelp can help you escape the void of space or of your mind. BetterHelp is an online therapy platform that makes it super easy to get connected with a therapist. I found it super daunting to get into therapy, and I hesitated for a long time because you have to go through insurance, you have to do all these different things. BetterHelp, all of those barriers of entry are completely removed. You go online, you fill out a questionnaire, and within 48 hours, you can get linked with somebody who can help improve your mental health. So I got connected with my therapist, Tanner, and over the course of our sessions, I was able to really work on my anxiety, and we worked on concrete tools to recontextualize it. And those are tools I would have never had if I didn't go through therapy. Your entire therapy experience can be just through your phone. You can do voice therapy sessions, video therapy sessions, and you also get unlimited messages to talk at any time of the day. There's a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's 20,000 plus therapist network that gives you access to help that may not be available in your area. You can request a new therapist at no additional charge anytime. So if you guys have been avoiding therapy, I think it's time to go check out BetterHelp. Join the 3 million plus people who have taken charge of their mental health by going to betterhelp.com/corridorcrew for 10% off your first month of therapy. It helped me tremendously, and I think it can help you too if you're struggling. And with that, we're gonna head back to Mark, getting every light in the studio blasted in his face.
We got these small panels. They're Amaran 60s. They're pretty bright, but we have a lot of them. So I think let's start turning these on and seeing what kind of readings we're gonna get. Are we already in the hundreds? 730?
Yeah, we are.
Uh-oh.
That was an order of magnitude.
We just went from 77 lux to about 700.
726 lux. We cleared way past Neptune and Uranus.
Whoa, just with this one light?
Yeah.
Okay, so the speed of that's really fast. You hit like the afterburners. These planets, whatever, they're blue, gaseous, who cares? All right, let's hit the next Amaran. Yep, it did it.
Oh wow, we're at 1400 lux right now? The heck?
Did I miss Saturn?
We totally sailed past Saturn, man. I thought you knew how to fly this ship.
I don't know how to fly. I'm kind of like just careening off from sheer momentum. I don't think I have any control over this.
But we still have a ways to go before we get to Jupiter.
That's where they go to go more stupider. I gotta say, this right here feels like normal illumination for, say, a video, right?
Actually, yeah, it's around this much illumination that's usually used in like studio lighting environments.
We have another light that's slightly brighter, the Aperture 120Ds. I'm hoping this can give us a nice boost and we see a little jump from it. That felt like we got a nice boost. I saw the brightness levels go up.
We are getting close to Jupiter. We're at 2874 lux. Jupiter's 3700.
It's so funny because the original small lights seem like they're losing battery power just by comparison to every new light added.
They're behind us. This was before we even entered the solar system. They're in our rearview mirror. We have a special contraption here. It's a little devious. All right, so we're about to add 5 more in one go.
Wait a minute, that means we're gonna soar past Jupiter. We keep missing our planets.
Guys, our home is Earth. That should be our destination. So the first 120 gave a boost around 600-700. Let's see what a second one does.
This one's on.
3100.
Hold that anticipation.
One more light might get us exactly at Jupiter.
One more.
3630. We're just shy of Jupiter.
Come on, Jupiter!
Come on,
Go!
I can see it. Oh.
Go!
Oh, we shot past Jupiter!
No!
This array of lights you just added brought us up to 4500 lux.
I'm starting to feel a little bit of warmth. You know what I mean? Just on my skin, I'm noticing just like the tiniest bit. It's just because I've been sitting in front of it, just a little bit on my cheeks. It like feels a little warm, like a early morning sunshine rising up over the horizon.
We're starting to actually enter the territory of our really big lights. So we got some single source aperture 300Ds, and they have Fresnel lenses on it. Now, adding these Fresnels is going to significantly increase our light intensity because every light that we have set up right now is either a panel or a light that doesn't have a lens on it, meaning the light is going to shoot out in every direction from its light source. But the Fresnel lenses allow us to actually focus in the light on a certain spot. I have high hopes for these ones. So let's go to 100%.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, that's bright.
That's bright.
Oh.
8,000!
That's what I'm talking about.
We
That's
just jumped 3,000 lux in one light go.
And we have how many more of those?
3 or 2. We got 2 more of those.
Yeah, we still got a ways to go to get into Mars. Jupiter's 3,700 lux, Mars is 43,000 lux, and we're sitting at 8,000 right now.
Well, then let's kick this baby into overdrive. Here's another one.
Oh, okay, try it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's full zoom, all the way out, extended.
10,000 lux.
One more. We got one more. Let's do one more.
Why not?
Here we go. We got one more 300. 100.
12,500 lux.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. The heat is building up. I noticed the difference on my left side of my face where those 3 bigger lights are than my right side. Like there's actually some heat starting to build up on my cheekbones.
We're actually starting to reach our, the biggest lights we have. Okay, I'm hoping for some spikes. Can we get to Earth with these? All right, here we go. Boom! It's not really helping.
That didn't really do anything.
Maybe it's because it's so dispersed.
We're at 14,000.
Damn.
Look.
Oh!
That's super cool. We got one more 600 here. After this, we only have one final option. Final Nova 600 is going up. I mean, that's bright.
That's about 20,000.
We have one final light here. This is the aperture 600, and it happens to have their best Fresnel lens on it. This one, I burned my skin.
Permission to put my helmet on.
Mark, yes, it's definitely time for the helmet.
Putting it on, Captain.
3, 2, 1.
We're at 22,000, 24,000, 28,000, 33,000, 36,000.
You hit 40K briefly there.
We're officially at the brightness of Mars. We were at 40,000.
All right, we got to Mars. That's an achievement.
This is high noon on Mars? Yeah. Nice. This light has made all other lights look dim.
We have some garbage lights over here. Let's just put them. They're not garbage lights.
Helm's deep, dude. We need every light, every able-bodied light in the studio. Yeah, do you have a... Dean, I need your phone light. Bring it down.
Is this helping?
We're reaching our end stages here where we're going to want to do the hyperdrive here. Right now, he's roughly at 3 meters from the lights. So we're going to increase in increments of about a foot. We're gonna move up 1 foot at a time and see the massive jumps that these lights are gonna give us. This is going to increase the heat. Let us know if you begin to get uncomfortable.
This is an actual jumpsuit. It's flame retardant, so it's okay.
Let's hit warp drive. All right.
Initiating warp 1.
All right. That was it, but just you wait.
42,000.
All right, let's go in another foot then.
Initiating warp 2.
Warp 2. Warp 2.
45,000.
All right.
It's like we're getting closer to these ones, but not the other ones.
All right, let's move in another foot. Warp 3.
Warp 3.
All right, Ren. Let's see what warp 3 is giving us.
55,000 lutz.
My chest is really starting to build. I can definitely feel the radiant heat hitting me here. My suit is starting to feel warm to the touch.
Warp 4, 3, 2, 1. Warp 4.
Oh my god!
What?
Dude, just by lowering it, 83,000 lux.
83,000. See, we're making progress finally. I'm hoping that warp 5 is gonna begin to do it. We're not at 1 meter yet. Warp 5, here we go.
Warp 5.
Yeah. 111,000 lux. Sam, we passed Earth!
Yeah, we passed Earth. I was paying attention. We're finally past Earth. Thank God. We have 2 more destinations before the sun. We have Venus and we have Mercury.
It's beautiful. I don't know what normal brightness is. I have to remind myself I'm looking through 2 visors. More. More. More.
Dude, you're just gonna.
What are you doing?
I'm putting a light in front of her.
But this is, okay. I think with this 300, we can hit Venus. All right.
Pointed right at his freaking.
I know. Well, the incinerator is about to begin. Let's demo this first one. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Right now, our Aperture 300 is putting him roughly at Venus. Okay.
Yeah, it's literally Venus.
Are you using your phone to underexpose and read the marker?
Yeah, I can't see it otherwise.
The incinerator is about to begin.
Here, all right, aim it down at him.
Let's
Here we
bring,
go, Mike.
Go ahead. Let's bring in the
Here comes the
incinerator.
sun. Locking it.
How you feeling, buddy?
I'm good. I can take it.
Oh, it's like hot to the touch, dude.
You should feel the visor.
Yeah.
He skipped off of Venus and is now heading towards Mercury, but if he gets any closer, he will burn.
Mark, would you stand up from your chair and inch your face in as close to that light as we can get it? What are we at?
We're at 260,
260?
280, 300,
300?
340.
340? Oh, good.
I can see the light. Go towards the light, Mark. Go towards the light.
More light! What are we at? Ah! Oh, okay, okay. Mark, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. The lights just, we're breaking the breakers. We can't bring them any closer, okay? Like, we've just broken like 2 or 3 breakers here. Like, we flew too close. There's no way we can continue this experiment after that. What was our final reading? I want to know what this number is.
424,000 lux. Push him any closer to the lights, he will incinerate.
If we go any brighter than this, we will literally melt him. Like everything he's wearing here will start to liquefy. Like we can't go brighter than this.
I notice it's getting so hot. I hear little crackles as the plastic starts to change shape.
Wow. Here you go, buddy. That's no joke.
Feeling good? Feeling
Yeah.
hot? Feeling like you just traveled through the solar system?
And I gotta see this with my own eyes. Oh my God.
It is so
That's bright. This right now, if people can't tell, is unbelievably bright to the point where if I was looking at it with my own eyes, the sun does not compare to that.
I'm like squinting through the sunglasses.
The heat that I feel on my face, I wish we had a thermometer, like a laser thermometer, just to see what kind of sheer volume of light is hitting my eyes. This is brighter than the sun, on Earth at least.
So I'm at 1/240, I'm at f15, I'm at 500 ISO. That's like extreme outdoor settings, you know what I'm saying? Like you'd be stopping down, using your shutter. That's what we would be getting, I mean, if we were in really bright outside light.
Yeah, let's go outside.
Let's go outside, yeah. I'm not gonna touch the camera settings here. I wanna see if he's significantly dimmer or brighter. Well, let's take a look. This is what he looks like under direct sunlight. Oh my God. I'm looking at the exposure here and it looks the same. It looks exactly the same. What we were getting with him sitting there at that distance in that chair was pretty identical to what we're capturing right now. I would say inside, he's like just a hair brighter actually.
We kicked the sun's ass.
Yeah, we did.
That's sitting in a chair a few feet away from these lights. That's definitely brighter than the sunlight we're getting.
Yeah.
Are you all right? Are you sweating?
Yeah.
I could take the sun in a fist fight, and I will do it any day. I'm calling you out, son. You meet me. I'll come to your town. You come to my town. I'll fight you any day or night.
We're doing this on my terms. We're gonna do this inside.
If you're not much of a coward,
You're too much of a coward. Come in my house and fight me. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed seeing us turn on all the lights in the studio, subscribe because next we're gonna turn off all the lights in the studio.